I hope everybody had a meaningful Rosh Hashanah. There are exactly 7 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and during the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, we should do our best to try and make ourselves have the best Monday, the best Tuesday, the best Wednesday, the best Shabbos, because we can give our whole year a strong foundation if we try during the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah. This Shabbos is Shabbos Shuvah, and we're going to hear Parshas Vayelech. It's the shortest Sedra, just one chapter long, and it's got 30 Pesukim. As Moshe heads towards the end of his life, Hashem tells him, Dvarim Lamed Aleph Pasuk Yotes, Va'ato kisvu lochem es hashira hazos. Write for yourself this Shira. The Gemara in Nedarim 38a explains the phrase that Moshe has to teach the Shira to Bnei Israel. The Shira can be understood as the entire Torah. However, Rashi limits the Shira to Moshe just to transmit the next Sedra, which is Parshas Hazinu, and Rambam Nachmanides clarifies the Hazinu is called a song as it's written in the form of a poetic verse and it's chanted. In the Gemara in Sanhedrin 21b, Rava interprets the phrase Va'ata kisvu lachem es hashira hazos, write for yourself this song, as the 613th commandment, the final commandment that Hashem gave Bnei Israel. Mitzvahs aseh al kol ish ve'ish mi'Yisrael lichtov Sefer Torah la'atzmo. It's a commandment for each and every man to write their own Sefer Torah. Rambam, Maimonides, explains, Va'afal pi shehinichu lo avosov Sefer Torah mitzvah lichtov mishalo. Even if a person's ancestors left him a Torah scroll, it is a mitzvah to write one's own scroll. The commandment can be fulfilled by writing a single letter in the Torah scroll, as each and every letter is important. Rambam in Mishneh Torah, Hilchos Sefer Torah 7.1 teaches that if a Sefer Torah is missing even one letter, the Torah is posel. V'chol hamagiha Sefer Torah va'afilu os achas harei hu ke'ilu kosvo kulo. If someone corrects a letter in a Torah scroll, even one letter, it's regarded as he has written the Sefer Torah completely. Just as a side issue, I'd like to mention that after the invention of printing, according to Rabbi Avram Danzig, who passed away in 1812, a Jew's obligation was to own and not necessarily write holy books for studying. A Sefer Torah contains 304,805 letters, all which have to be written precisely by a sofer, a trained scribe. Midrashically, however, we are told that there are 600,000 letters in the Torah. And the Zohar in Zohar Chadash in Shira 74d states that there are 600,000 letters in the Torah, which are meant to parallel the 600,000 souls of the children of Israel. The mystic, Rabbi Nosson Nota Shapira of Krakow, who passed away in 1633 in his Sefer Megaleh Amukot in section 186, tells us all of Bnei Israel has their soul for one of the letters of the 600,000 letters of the Torah. And he says, Yesh shishim ribu osios la Torah. There are 600,000 letters in the Torah. And that is an acronym for the word Yisrael. Yud, Yesh, Shin, Shishim, Reish, Riboy, Osios, Aleph, Lamed, La Torah. In the same way that each and every letter is important, so too each and every member of Klal Yisrael is important, and they have their own unique contribution. Like every letter's got their own role to play in the Sefer Torah. Each human being, each member of society has their own unique contribution to make. Rabbi Chanach Zundel ben Yosef Luria, who lived in Bialystok, passed away in 1867, wrote that the entire world is compared to a symphony, with all the various elements acting as the instruments within the great orchestra of the world, producing a wonderful concerto out of the harmony of the individual parts. If anyone does not make their contribution or plays slightly out of tune, it doesn't sound the way it's supposed to sound. Rabbi Gedalia Shah explains that a song, Shira, implies the concept of harmony. Each part of creation joins together to fulfill the will of Hashem, each aspect of playing their part. Everybody has to do their part to create a harmonious cooperation, to create song. We can also learn something from each and every individual in the world. Each and every person has their own unique contribution to make. The same way that each and every letter is so integral to making sure that we have a complete Sefer Torah, so too each and every member of Klal Yisrael has their own unique contribution to make. At the end of Sefer Tehillim we read, Shiru LaHashem Shechadosh, sing to Hashem a new song. And then in the final perek of Tehillim, we say, Hallelu b'seika shofar, Hallelu b'nevel v'china. Let us look forward to the time where we can praise Hashem with the sound of the shofar, with the sound of the harp and the lyre in the Beis Hamikdash. May it become speedily in our days. Wishing everybody a Gemar Chasima Tova.